income statement, then comparative statements, okay, interfirm comparison, and intrafirm comparison. When you're comparing with others, that is called as interfirm comparison. When we are comparing with our own self with previous year performance, that is intrafirm comparison. Okay. Then we have seen trend analysis where we'll be comparing with more number of years than now. In comparative statement, mostly only 2 years data is compared together. Okay. In trend analysis, you will find more than 3, 4, 5, 6, even 10 years data together you can compile. Okay, that is the main difference in comparative and trend analysis. Common size statements will help you convert the entire statement to percentage statement. So the main component of the statement we are going to term as 100. Now in case of profit and loss account or income statement, we are going to term sales as 100, and we'll find out other components compared with that 100 amount. And same way we are going to find out in case of a balance sheet, if you consider total assets or liabilities as 100, how much is the other amounts, right? So fund flow and cash flow analysis we have in more detail. So in funds flow, we'll find out from where company has got the funds, sources of the funds in that particular year, and whatever funds company has generated, where company has utilized those funds. So we are talking about application of those funds. Similarly, cash flow will only focus on cash, okay, hard cash that you have got. So we'll be talking about the inflows of cash, the cash which you have received, and outflows of cash, cash payments which are made in that particular year. Okay. And we are going to categorize also these activities into the three major activities: operating activities, investing activities, or financing activities. Okay. So this is all about the techniques that you have. So many times a question comes on as to what is meant by financial statement analysis, and explain different techniques which are used for financial statement analysis. Okay, so all these techniques we have to explain in brief if the question comes that way, right? So we have seen multi-step income statement format. From sales, how you find out gross profit, then from gross profit, how you find out operating profit, from operating profit, how you find out profit before tax by adding non-operating income and by minusing non-operating expenses. Okay, then we'll minus the tax, and then that is net profit or profit after tax it is termed as. If you have got any other income, now operating income is covered here. Okay, financial expenses are covered here, and financial income is covered here. If you have got any other income because of investment, that is added at the end. Here you can see gain on sale of investment at the end, right? So comparative statement. So we are going to compare last year's and this year's performance, okay, using a procedure. So first we'll compare, just we'll put all the information in format, then we'll find out the increase or decrease in the amounts, and same way we are going to find out the increase and decrease in the percentages, and we are going to just compile all that together. So we have seen inter and inter-firm comparison, then we have seen this format, then we have seen one example. How you calculate this is, so this is last year's figures. All this is the last year's performance or last year's result of the company. This is this year's result. So at the same time, you're getting both the amounts, this year and last year performance, so that you can compare it easily. The same thing we are doing, we just find out key in each component how much change has taken place. So that change is showcased in the next column. So in almost all the amounts, okay, you can find there is an increase, right? So all that increase, how much it is, we have denoted here. In only this case, there is a decrease of 2000. So we have shown it 2000 decrease. Now what we are going to do, this we are going to compare on the base year amount. Base year is last year. So 2,40,000 on 5,60,000 comes 42% increase in the sales of last year. Then for 4 lakh, if 150 has increased, then 37% of the cost has increased, right? So we have also seen how to interpret this statement. So if increase in sales, income bada hai 42% se, but expenses has means expenses haven't increased to that proportion, they have increased less, and that has resulted into increase in more profit. Same way, sales have increased by 42%. Okay, proportionate increase is not seen in the operating expenses. So ये 42% से बड़ा है, whereas you can see this one. Okay, I'll highlight it. So this has increased by 42%, but proportionate increase operating expenses में नहीं है. It is very comparatively very less amount of increase is there in operating expenses. So what has happened? This has increased by around 40%, but this has increased only around 20%. So you can see almost 20% saving हुआ है, and where that saving has gone, so it is getting reflected here in terms of higher profits. Now, if you see, if you are selling 40% more, okay, than last year, so you should have got 40% more profit than last year. But here you can see 62% profit more. The reason being, you are also able to control the cost. So these red elements are cost. So wherever you have saved here and here, that has resulted into extra profits. Okay, that is the reason why what we say, if you want to increase the profits, you have to think both the ways, increasing the sales and then again reducing the cost. So here you have reduced the cost at these two places, and here you have increased the sales, and both has resulted into this much increase in the uh, income of last year and this year, right? The same way, other incomes have also increased to great extent, right? So you can see financial expenses have reduced by 50% compared with the last year, right? This is how you have to interpret this statement, right? Now next you can see trend analysis. We have seen how the trend analysis helps you to find out whether upward or downward change is there. So if there is a upward change, or we want in sales and the profits, there should be upward change. Whereas when we talk about cost, we want a downward change, but sometimes it happens exactly opposite, right? So this trend analysis is going to help you evaluate the condition, then to study the operational results, okay, and to comment as to how the progress has taken place over a period of time. Now it depends on you as to how many years data that you are going to compare, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. Okay, so mostly what people do is 3 to 5 years data that they compare, because comparing very old outdated data is not that much useful. So what you can do is you can compare at least recent years, right? 3 to 5 years or 7 years data is compared, and then you try and find out the progress, okay, as to how the things have changed, right? It will also help you identify the issues and problems. The reason being, suppose with the trend analysis, you are trying to find out how the sales have changed over a period of time. If you find out from last 2 3 years, a bit of a downward trend is showcased, okay, or a bit of information, or what we can say, a bit of decrease is seen in the sales. In that case, you can understand that is a major problem, right? So you can identify that problem, and you can think about why the sales are going down, right? This is how trend analysis is going to help you identify the problems or issues in each and every component. Now each thing we are going to find out trend of, like trend of your sales, trend of cost of goods sold, trend of operating profit, trend of gross profit. So each and every component of profit and loss account as well as balance sheet, you can find out trend of, right? Now to take the various decisions, this particular information is going to help you so much, right? So this is how trend analysis is used. Now the calculation part, as far as calculation is involved, you need to follow a procedure. So the format or the formula which we are going to use is current year figure based on the base year figure. Base year will be only 1 year, okay, it will not change. So steps one, first thing that you have to select the base year, then you have to give 100 value to the base year, right? So then you have to express each change in the next upcoming years compared with the base year, okay? So next tool is common size statement, where we are going to convert all the things into the 100 proportion, okay, of the main element. What we do is normally sales, total assets and total liabilities, we assign 100 value to them, and then other elements we find out compared with that 100 how much it is, right? So that is the reason why it is also called as a percentage statement. So we'll be taking the or we'll be studying the relationship between different elements of the balance sheet and profit and loss account in case of a common size statement. So it creates better understanding. The procedure followed is or the formulas followed is, out of sales how much is that particular component, so out of 100 how much it is. So when you consider sales as 100, so when you are calculating percentage of each component to the sales, that is going to be part of a sales only. Like sales is suppose 1 lakh, that if you consider it as 100, cost of goods sold is suppose 4 lakh, that will come 40%. Gross profit is 66 lakh, then that is 60%, right? So with calculations we'll see it. So similar way, when you find out balance sheet, same formulas, only from total liability, how much is the capital, how much is the long-term liabilities, how much is the current liabilities. Okay. In the total asset side, if you see, fixed assets we have, current assets we have. So out of the total assets, how much are fixed assets? So percentage mein kitna hai? That is what we are finding out, right? So fund flow analysis, okay, is going to help you identify sources and application of funds, right? So the steps used is preparation of working capital statement. Then there may be some adjustments given in the sum. So for that adjustments, we are going to create the accounts. Whatever accounts you have created and whatever balance sheet components we are going to cover them in the profit and loss adjustment account, and then we find out how much funds company has generated from operations in that particular year. Okay, and then we are going to prepare finally the fund flow statement, right? So cash flow statement will be prepared similarly. If you understand format of one, the other format is very easy to follow, right? So there are three types of activities under which this cash flow will be categorized: operating activities, basically activities which are related with only business activities, that is manufacturing, then office administration and selling and distribution. All these activities, production and sale of the product, are termed as the operating activities. When we talk about investing activities, we are talking about whatever funds or finance that you have, where you are exactly investing these funds. So you may be investing it into the current assets or working capital. You may be investing it into the fixed assets, or you may be investing it into, suppose some surplus is there, so you have invested into some different shares of companies. That will again be termed as an investment. So next set of activities in cash flows, you will find financial activities. So from where you have raised the funds and where you have utilized the funds, all that we'll talk about. From where you have got this financial facilities, financial activities will talk. Where you have invested those funds, investment activities will talk. And only with business related activities are covered in this. This is how the categorization is done. Okay. So now today we are going to start with a ratio analysis. So if you remember, ratio analysis is helpful for finding out financial condition of a company, where we have seen all these four different types of ratios. Profitability ratios, this ratios will basically talk about how much is the income of the company compared with other industries. It will talk about the profitability the firm is having, right? So it will also talk about liquidity condition. When we talk about liquidity, we are mainly focusing on short-term payments to be made. So short-term receivable is current assets, short-term payable is current liability. So in liquidity, what we are doing, short-term receivables, we are comparing with short-term payables, and we are trying to find if you will be facing any trouble to meet these short-term liabilities, right? So that is what is liquidity ratios. Now next is solvency, same way. Now in long term, short term में current assets, current liabilities we are comparing. In long term, we are comparing the fixed assets and the other assets and properties with the liabilities in long term. Now long term liabilities क्या होंगे? So you may have taken some loans, you may be having borrowed capital in terms of debentures and all. So we are going to compare that part, right? So equity means your own funds with the borrowed funds, right? We are going to compare in solvency, right? So this three set of ratios will basically talk about the financial condition of a firm, Now, only financial condition is not going to help you understand company's performance, but now how much resources company has and how effectively and efficiently it is using. Okay, that we are going to talk in this particular set of ratios. So, how efficiently company is able to convert investments done by it in terms of sales, right? So we are comparing most of the investments done with the sales. So how effectively all these investments are turning into the sales, that is judged by efficiency or turnover ratios. And that is the reason why we are finding out how many times sales is compared with the investment done in current assets, compared with the investment done in fixed assets, compared with the investment done in debtors, compared with the investment done in working capital. So each investment we are comparing with the sales. So how much investment you have done and how many times your sales are compared with that investments, right? So this we are going to see in detail. We have already covered these ratios in management accounting, and that is the reason why we'll not be going with the formula initially. We'll just see some sums and then we'll go with the formula, right? So just to have more understanding. So you can see basically how the ratio analysis is helpful for the organization or for any stakeholder, that with ratio analysis it becomes easy for you to compare the statements of different companies, right? Just take an